Hey, it's Webs here, and Blizzard unnerfed 24 cards that are actually rotating out. I figured, why not do my Monday video early and feature a card that is rotating out that got unnerfed. And by doing so, feature a card that I wanted to cover anyways before it rotated out, Kael'thas. So Kael'thas is a card that I knew there were basically two easy ways to abuse this card, either through Mage or Druid, but I figured, why go with one of those when we could go with something a little bit more unique? So I settled on Hunter instead. And the basic idea of this deck is we're basically playing Secret Hunter with a twist. The twist being Nagrand Slam, a card that historically has never actually seen any play outside of randomly generating it with Deck of Lunacy. So the combo for this deck is to basically use a bunch of cheap spells so we can discount the cost of Nagrand Slam to 0, so we can finish off our opponent with a board of 3 5s, or just have a bunch of really hard to get rid of minions for a lot of classes. Because it turns out, if you can actually discount Nagrand Slam's cost by at least 3, the card isn't actually that bad overall, and to be honest, this deck performed way better than I ever expected. So let's get into the Mulligan guide of the deck. If you're looking for cards like Kindling Elemental, Tracking, Wound Prey, Bunker as cards to keep in your open hand, then Explosive Trap and Ice Trap really depends on if you're in a matchup where the class is historically more of a minion based matchup or a spell based matchup, and you choose depending on which case. And for the final 2-drop card, Quick Shot is good to keep in your open hand if you need an early game removal tool. And for the higher cost cards, the only one that you really want to keep in your open hand if you know it's going to be a slower matchup is Kael'thas. All the other ones you want to try to make sure are in your deck, as it really sucks to get a Primordial Protector where you only summon 3 cost minion. With that being said, let's look at some games. Okay, time for a game against Mage. Ooh, Kael'thas is not really technically a card I want to see in the opening hand, but we could technically keep it. It really just depends how we think if this is going to be a big spell mage or some type of small spell mage, aka something like hero power mage. This is a much better opening hand, especially with the Ice Trap against Mage. If we put this down on a key turn, we could prevent a lot of damage to our face, or just prevent them from using some draw power. So it looks like they're going to be a no minion mage, which I haven't seen in quite a while. That is a perfect top deck, so we're just going to instantly use it. Okay, so we got Explosive Trap, which isn't that good in this matchup, but it is a 1-cost spell for Kael'thas. Okay, I mean, that's fine if you randomly generate that. So we have a few choices. We could put down the 2 secrets, but they probably will both be triggered if we do this turn. Or we could just put down the Ice Trap and then pass the turn back. Trying into the second Ice Trap, okay. Nice thing is, in a few turns, we'll be able to use Petting Zoo along with the Ice Trap and Explosive Trap. Devouring Swarm, again, more fuel for Kael'thas. We're going to put down the Explosive Trap, then we're going to use Petting Zoo to get 3 Striders. There's the second Explosive Trap, and they trigger our first Ice Trap. See, I chose this ratio for the secrets for Hunter just because of the fact that I assumed 1 Frost Trap is enough to actually matter quite a bit when it comes to any minion based matchups. Us getting a Showstopper is really bad though, especially because it silences everything here, though it does help us a little bit because it gets rid of their ability on E3-4. Actually, I guess Showstopper could have been a lot worse overall. It just was a little bit annoying. They're going to go face with a bunch of spells and their own minions, and we have no more secrets on board. There's the Nagrand Slam. So all we need to get is Kael'thas, and then we should have the combo. We can put down Talion, which will draw us into the Protector, probably next turn. They're going to kill our 1/1. Evolving Missiles, I guess I should have expected that, but it's a little bit annoying. Okay, Imprison Phoenix. There's the Kael'thas, but we don't have enough mana to use him yet. We can do it next turn, though, no matter what. Actually, no, we can't do it next turn because we need them to have some type of minion. Okay, so they're going to kill our minion, which is a little bit annoying. And then they're going to discover another minion. And hopefully they'll put it down, and they do. Mask of Cthulhu is a bit annoying, but we should be fine. There's the second Devouring Swarm. We don't have a second Nagrand Slam in our hand, or we might be able to actually have gotten both of them off. We're going to use Kael'thas here. Then we're going to use Wound Prey. Then we're going to use Devouring Swarm. Then use the Slam. And then they'll just slam into his face. They gotta get a really good top deck or they just lose here. A second Mask of Cthulhu almost does it. Okay, so they're going to kill Kael'thas. Makes a lot of sense, though it shouldn't really matter that much. And we do have perfect lethal in our hand. And a quick shot just is icing on the cake, though. Alright, it's time to reveal our secrets to this priest. The Grand Slam we're going to shovel back into the deck, along with Ice Trap. We're going to keep the Bunker because it does draw us into our 5 secrets. And it's probably one of the better cards to keep in your opening hand. Petting Zoo isn't bad to see here, though we don't necessarily need it. And Devouring Swarm is actually pretty bad when we don't have that many minions right now. Okay, so their quest line. There's Kael'thas. I don't want to see him this early, but we did, so whatever. We got Freezing Trap. Okay, so they're going to coin something out. Okay, they're coining out a Scorpid. We're going to use the tracking to see what we get. Getting Quick Shot, and then we can instantly use it. Since I don't want to deal with a Scorpid on the field, because we do have a bunch of higher cost minions. There's a Shard of the Naru. Okay, Rifle is pretty decent. We're going to go with the Snake Trap, because we do have Freezing Trap and Explosive Trap, and in theory we could have drawn into Ice Trap right there too. Trying to maximize the number of secrets that we actually have, so we could use the Petting Zoo next turn. We're going to put down the Explosive Trap, and then the Explosive Trap gets countered, but we're going to use the Freezing Trap anyways, and then we're going to generate a Tactics probably here is what we're going to want to grab. Or even Ice Trap. Ice Trap's not bad in this matchup. And then we're going to get 4 minions. And then we could use our Devouring Swarm to kill their minion. And then next turn we can use our hero card to give us some more secrets. And they're going to kill everything. That's a little bit annoying to figure out someone actually is running that card. We're going to use our hero card, grabbing the improved Ice Trap or the Emergency Maneuver, just to be a little bit funny. Then we're just going to go face. We're looking like a Christmas tree here. I guess if the only bulbs that you had on your Christmas tree was green, but okay, so they're going to play Korak. We should be able to kill it next turn. The improved Ice Trap goes off. Let's see what we get here. Though we are going to want to put down Petting Zoo since we have 4 secrets. Might as well. We can kill Korak with our Wounded Prey. And we don't even need Kael'thas in this game. Sure, he would have been helpful, but since we don't have a Grand Slam, we have no real big payoff for him in our hands, so we might as well do it like this. And next turn we're going to lose our entire board. But there's a Devouring Swarm. Okay, we're going to do something incredibly stupid. Actually, I guess we could get the Striders back in our hand, so it isn't the worst thing in the world. Sometimes I forget what I do in some of these games, and then I question what I do, but we get 2 back on the board, and we're in a really good position. Because not even a Hysteria would actually help us out. Or hurt us too much, I mean. Entrap Sorceress. The Kodo Bane probably will get us lethal next turn. If we need it, that is. Okay, they're only completing the first part of their questline now. We're in a very good position. There's the Nagrand Slam. Actually, we do have the combo if we really felt like doing it. But I think we're going to be fine because we'll get quick shot here and shoot them out of the game. Alright, it's time to slam Arthas to the ground. I don't know where I was going with that. The Grand Slam in the opening hand is really, really bad, so we're going to want to Mulligan away that. We might want to keep the Ice Trap and the Petting Zoo, but in the end, we rather have some type of early game removal, and this hand is not much better. The Explosive Trap is a lot better, but the other two we don't want in our opening hand because of cards like that. But we can still put the Explosive Trap down this turn, or we could put down the Kindling Elemental. But putting the Explosive Trap, as long as they don't buff up their minion, we should be fine here. Okay, so they're going to coin something out, and they do buff it up. That's kind of annoying, though it is a little bit of a waste. We do kill one Trog, which is all that matters. There's Kodo Bane. We can put down the Elemental and then just Hero Power. We're not bleeding too fast, so we're actually not in the worst position. Also, we do have the new set. Oh, there's the quick shot. Well, I was saying the new set background for this game, which is actually really cool looking. Though I didn't actually explore it much, I don't think, when I was playing this game. Okay, there's a Stormwind Avenger. That's kind of a weird card to include, but we can just put down Talion, because we don't really care, and pass the turn back. There's a Vindicator. Next turn we could use the hero card just to generate some secrets, in case we want to maybe get something else. Or we could use the Kodo Bane, it really just depends. Because if we use the Kodo Bane, then we get 3 cards out of the deck. And then we can use the Resizing Pouch to get another 0-cost spell. We're going to kill their minion, drawing into the Protector. And then we're just going to use our hero card. It's cool that we can already see emergency maneuvers, but it doesn't usually come up. We're just going to choose Ice Trap and Explosive Trap, as those are the generally best 2 secrets that you probably could choose. And they're going to trigger the Explosive Trap here, killing their 2 minions. The next turn we can put down our Protector and see what 10-cost card we get, unless we draw 2 10-cost cards. Then we might be a little bit screwed, but... Okay, so they're actually going to use the Libram of Hope on, or Wisdom on the recruit, and we get Deathwing, which is actually probably the absolute best one that we could get. Especially because Paladin doesn't have an easy way to remove him. Okay, so they're going to buff up their Sod-Din. I wonder if that's actually the deck list that I made, because it looks similar. We're going to try to kill the Protector, leaving Deathwing up, which is perfectly fine by us. And now we can do our grand combo, because we can use Kael'thas, Resizing Pouch, generating the Arcane Shot, go face, and then put down the Nagrand Slam. Probably should have actually used the Arcane Shot on the 10-4, but it is what it is. Okay, so they use their hero card, but I don't think they have enough to actually prevent us from winning next turn. Okay, there's the second Resizing Pouch. We're going to draw some cards here, trying to get the Wound Prey. Okay, Slate doesn't really matter much, but we could in theory use him. Trying to do the math in my head to figure out if we have lethal or not, but I think I figured out we did. Probably should have attacked his face with Kael'thas, but we win the game. Alright, now that we're through the games, let's discuss my final thoughts of the deck. This deck shocked me. It actually had a 55% win rate across 20 games, which was actually pretty good. I never expected the deck to do that well. It is pretty amazing how well Nagrand Slam can actually perform if it doesn't cost 10. If you've been wanting to use both Nagrand Slam and Kael'thas before they rotate out, you got like 4 days before they do. But if you don't have any of the cards in this deck, that are actually rotating out, don't try this deck. It's not worth it for these 4 days, but it is a lot of fun to play. With that being said, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and until next time, bye bye.